Well, howdy, 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 nearly senior citizen here. Greetings, boys and girls, and welcome to this, another brand new day, wherein playing inside of my head is the song Octopus's Garden by the Beatles off the album Yellow Submarine. Thumbs up. Sort of. It's an interesting song. It's nice. It's, pleasant. But it's just, pointless. Pointless. Of just like everything in life. Thumbs up. I hope everyone has had or is going to have a wonderful day today. The sun is shining in the sky. It can't help it. It's nuclear fusion. It happens. And so that's a good thing. Always a good thing. I mean, if it stopped, we'd all die. So, but pointless to even speculate about, really. Nothing we could do about it. After all, there are several pointed guns loaded guns pointing right at our planet. There's this one X-ray type star that's aimed right at our planet, and if it does burst, not burst like pop like a balloon, but if it does fire off one of its huge cosmic blasts, we'll find out about it when we all die. Because we are right in the path. And if it does do another one of those high blasts of like gamma rays, boom! So, hey, life is life. All you can do is live. Or at least attempt to. Just like I say here, we all have bad days. It's okay, just wait. Things will get better. Not always true, of course. I know, I speak only of the 80%. There are always the outlier situations where, yeah, it's not going to get better. Your hope of things getting better are for just life to stop. Then the pain stops, then the hurting stops, then the suffering stops. So, yeah, it doesn't always get better, but it will change. And two, last night, boy, it was hot. Hokey smokes. I had my big old box fan in the window on high. I had my door over here cracked open with the fan outside the door that I've got going, so I had a nice breeze going through here, and I still kept falling asleep because it was so hot. Excuse me. And by the time it cooled down enough that I could go walkies, it was 10 o'clock at night. I didn't care to go walking at that point. I was tired. I'd been up yesterday since before 5 o'clock in the morning. Got up and took a shower, so I was already exhausted, having used up all that energy just to take a shower, 18 hours prior, so I wasn't really into getting up and going walkies. So I didn't. So hopefully, oh, itchy. Hopefully today it's going to be less warm so I can get out there and actually walk. I'm going to have to try and push no matter what, because I want to go at least every other day. I don't like going 2 days without walking, because that's bad. I've said it before, I'll say it again. Remember that professional football players and such, even when they get sick, they go out and they train, because for every 1 day you miss, it takes 2 days of work to get back to where you were. So for every day I don't go walkies, boy, that's kind of like a net loss no matter what. Because if it takes 2 days of walking to get back to where I was because of what I didn't do, by the time I decide not to go walkies again, I've almost made it back up to where I was, and now I'm taking another day off. So maybe I need to not take days off, even when it's hot. Push, get out there, keep my system up and running. I gotta keep my heart healthy. I gotta keep my lungs as healthy as possible, especially since now I am a medical cannabis user, and I did have that CT on my lungs that revealed a scatter shot in the base of both lungs of little calcified nodes. And that's always scary. That's not a good thought. I don't like that. My lungs have got to last me a long time. at least 20 years. I'm hoping to make it to 74 at the very least. It's like average lifespan of an American man with money, with access to money and healthcare is right around 74 to 78 years. Even though, take a look in the news, hokey smokes, I don't know how many famous American men with access to money and healthcare still die at 72 and 73 because, hey, they're just body failed. So yeah, I'm hoping to make it past 74, but I mean, my mother died, you know, coming up on a year and a half ago at 74, but then she had been a smoker up until her early 30s or something. She's not even that. Well, maybe that. One of the reasons she stopped smoking is everybody smoked back when I was young. I was born in 1962, and everybody smoked. And so she was a smoker. And one of the reasons she stopped is because she accidentally kept burning me when she'd drop a cigarette, and then the red hot thing. So it was never on purpose, and no scarring or anything like that. It was just, oh my gosh, I burned my baby with my cigarette. Maybe smoking's not a good thing. And so she stopped. Now my stepfather, who is still alive, like 88, 89 by this point, he too was a smoker. So it's all depending on your genetics. After all, it's just a carcinogen. It just increases your chances of getting it. I mean, for some people, their systems can really fight that stuff off, and so they do. Not something you want to play with. I don't like carcinogens myself, but then I, as stated, am a medicinal cannabis user, and largely I use the lung-based methods of ingestion. I purchase bud and I smoke that when I can. I couldn't this month, so I've got just hopefully enough cannabis oil concentrate to last me, I hope. Because without cannabis, I'm gonna be bedridden. So that ain't good. But point being, it's still, even the oil concentrates, what you do is, like I've got a little cheap ass silicon oil rig, which just has a crystal bucket. You heat up the bucket. It's like crystal, some sort of quartz, I think. But it's just a bucket with a hole in the side, and then it leads into a machine, not a machine, it's the silicone tube with water in it, but it's got a stem, and then you breathe, and it just sucks the vapors up through water, and then you inhale that, and it coats the insides of your lungs with the vapor of the concentrate. Now, your lungs don't like stuff like that. Your lungs just want nice, crisp, clean air with not a whole lot of other junk in it. So when you coat the inside of your lungs with smoke or hot oil vapor or any of these things, your lungs don't like it. Now, the concentrate and vaping the concentrate is, in some cases, depending on how the stuff is made, better for your lungs than smoking, but that's just better for your lungs than smoking. I mean, it's not actually using burned anything, but you heat up the crystal with a torch until it's almost red hot. And then you take your concentrate on the end of your stick, put it into the bucket, or if there's a nail, which is this another system of doing it, but it heats up as well. You just put the stuff on the nail, which isn't really a nail, it's like a mushroom that you put in. So instead of a bucket with a hole and then the stuff gets sucked in, it's a nail which looks like a mushroom, and then it just sits and it just goes straight down into the water inside of the tube. But that's a lot less hot because it's not burning, and fire is pretty hot. But the moment you take the torch away, it starts cooling down. And then when you take the room temperature concentrate and put it onto the hot material, yeah, it flashes and starts boiling and bubbling and vaporizing, but it's also got the situation where it's cooling down the thing, and so it gets cooler quite quickly. But it's still, you get the vapors, and after it runs through the water, which is to also cool it down, which also you get stuff known as a reclaim, which is where the water grabs the little particulates and then they gather up inside of your barrel of your oil rig. You got to clean that out periodically. And then you can either reuse the concentrate that you've taken out of your oil rig to either eat or re-vape, because there is still activated THC in it. It doesn't taste good or feel good to re-vape it down, but you can. What I do is I collect it and then I mix other concentrate that's like too powdery, can't put it on the dab stick, so I just mix it in with the reclaim, so it's not just, you know, ever increasingly small amounts of THC in the reclaim until it's just garbage. No, so I just add the extra stuff in there so there's always more THC, and so hey, it works out, and that's a good thing. And it does, it works out, it is a good thing. THC is also, all of the cannabinoids are excellent at pain control, though all the different types are better at different things. Some of them very, very good with mood and your emotions, emotionally and such like that. Others that are just better for the straight physical types. So there's a great amount, and it's a good thing. CBDs are the best for controlling pain, and they have no psychoactive effects at all. That has been legalized in a lot of places, though I don't know how well they use it, because you can get like CBD water in a lot of states, but I don't know what the concentration of the CBDs in like the CBD water is, because you can drink like pure CBD oil and you would never feel a thing except for pain control. But it's like with when they use these nutritional supplements, when they say, oh, it's got this in it and it'll help you, but the amount in it is so small, you'd have to drink like 50 bottles of that just to get a tiny amount of it. It's like, is it that with the CBD waters where you'd have to drink like a case just to get like half of what you would normally get if you went to one of like a pot shop and bought CBD oil? I don't know. But the CBDs are excellent at pain control and have absolutely zero of the psychoactive effects. And that's good for people that don't want that. And definitely a thumbs up. Now me, I'll take anything. And I remember as a kid, as a teenager, getting stoned and drinking alcohol. And I wish I could feel that again. THC, cannabis, works synergistically with alcohol, unfortunately. So if you drink and you're smoking pot at the same time, it makes that drunk that you got better. And the alcohol makes the THC better. So when you're drunk and stoned, you are really feeling both of them. And I can remember losing myself and the sensations of losing myself in music when I would go to my friends' parties on the weekends. And boy, did we get stoned. And it didn't take a lot. It was just a few hits off of a bong from somebody's bud, and that was cheap, just garbage bud back then. So and now I just get largely pain control. I get mild feelings of just goodwill and pain control, and then I get the cotton mouth and the dry eyes from it physically. But past that, well, I also get the occasional issues with the short-term memory. They get even worse than normal because, of course, short-term memory loss while you are stoned is something that can happen. It doesn't affect you once you're done. I mean, as much as people Well, there's always outliers. You're going to have those people that it really does affect that way because that's the way things are. It's a drug. It affects you. And with there are 7.5 billion of us, or 8 or 9, however many of us there are, billion people on the planet, and each person's chemistry is different and personalized. It's going to affect every single one of us slightly different. So, hey, what can you say? Aside from just ranting about just nothing at all, thank you very much for coming along with me on this journey of exploration. My mind has to bubble sort. I never know what I'm going to talk about until I start running my mouth. So thank you for coming along with me on this journey of exploration. It is greatly appreciated. If I hadn't been doing this, if you hadn't been watching, if I hadn't been in contact with all of you wonderful people, I would not be at this state where I am in my recovery. Thank you all so very much. It is appreciated. It was because of all of you, this channel, doing this, talking to you, that I've been able to bring my life back up to where it was after the depression and the loss of my wife and more. Thank you all so very much. It is appreciated to no end. Now, I've opened up 24 hours worth of comments in my community tab, and I'm going to go through and thank 20 to 25 people. He said, I hope you had your seatbelts on. That was a 90-degree turn, and I didn't even slow down. So you probably smacked your head on the windows or the door frame. My apologies. If I mispronounce a username, no disrespect is intended. I'm an American English speaker, just not good at that sort of thing. And even though I count American Sign Language on the fingers of this hand because of my depression and such, and I have a weird issue when I'm counting from like 21 to 25. I really get lost from like going from 22 to 23, and I don't know why. Thumbs up for that. So, let me call up my Chrome and we'll see where we are. I had to, be very careful. I didn't get very many comments at all. But GRXTI, thank you very, very much. And Pandora NYC1, thumbs up and thank you. And Hello, greatly appreciated. Confused Owl 29, greatly appreciated. Kathy Kitscat, thumbs up and thank you very much. Ethan Johnson, greatly appreciated. I think, yes indeed. And Plum, greatly appreciated. And then we have Kieran Slipknot fan, thumbs up and thank you. Dankrupt, greatly appreciated. Russian Timing, thumbs up and thank you. We have Big Daddy Egg, greatly appreciated. And Sebastian Ferris, thumbs up and thank you. Molinga, I like the name, thumbs up and thank you. Batman, big fan, greatly appreciated. With I Will Miss You Though, thumbs up. Conspo Lopez, thumbs up and thank you. Boo Heist, greatly appreciated. Big Frogums, I like the name, greatly appreciated. Nancy Sweeney, always good to see you. And Warlock, thumbs up and thank you much. Chris SDL, good to see you. NASCAR Allo Next, I sure hope I'm close. Michael Mellon, thank you very, very much. Wellington Silva, greatly appreciated. And last but not least, Cry Panda, thumbs up and thank you. Each and every one of you. You get me out of my head, into the world, dealing with real people. And indeed, that's what you need when you are depressed. It is good. You need to be around other people. Get out of the echo chamber of your own skull. You need other people's thoughts inside there too, not just your own. Oh boy, it gets bad. So, hey, it's a good thing. I would not me specifically, it's everybody. It gets bad, you need it. You need that. So, and if you could check out my various links, I have Twitter, Facebook, GoFundMe, Patreon.com, NearlySeniorCitizen.com. If you could donate to my GoFundMe campaign or become a Patreon.com patron, like one of these beautiful and awesome people, that would be beautiful and awesome. But if you cannot donate, or you simply do not donate, I do take all good wishes and I deposit them in the bank of my heart where I draw interest, so thank you very much. If you could toss me a like, I do appreciate all the positive validation I get from my existence. Definitely a thumbs up. And if you could subscribe to the channel, that would be very cool. Greatly appreciated. I would understand if you did not wish to, but if you are down with it, I will do my very best to keep you entertained from now until the literal end of time, when matter itself has dissolved and there is nothing left but pure mind. Then, and only then, will we think about dissolving the subscriber list. Or something like that. Anyway, oh yeah, I wanted to talk about it. It's why I'm only... You know, it's not from lack of wanting to do videos that I'm doing less, so I'm trying. So I'll talk about that next time. So I got this video and another video, and who knows what's happening. So you take care. Have a great day today. I will see you on the flip side, my friend, and that is a very good thing. So have the very, very best day you possibly can.